guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another Scraptacular Cropping Club challenge. So this week's challenge is to do this geometric zigzag with triangles. I was really excited when I see this because I love the paper piecing challenges. It gives you a chance to use up your 6x6 paper pads and scraps and pocket cards. So I'm just going back to this DCWV Lively Geos pad because this is another one of my Lampasas, Texas pages where I'm using that collection. So I'm just going through all the scraps to use as the triangles. I love using double-sided scraps because you get to take advantage of both patterns. So that photo you saw in the beginning was Desaree's version. She used a 1-inch square to make her triangles. I wanted to use my punch again just to make sure they were all even. I don't have a 1-inch punch, so this is just 1.5 inches, which still works out. I would recommend using a size square that spans the page evenly. So obviously on a 12-inch page, a 1-inch square will make triangles go 12 times. 1.5 inches still goes 8 times evenly, so you still aren't cutting off triangles or anything like that. But I sped this up a ton because it's a repetitive process, but you just line them up this way and get them all stuck down. There's been a lot of cool layouts shared already this week for this challenge. I'm just making sure all the patterns are spaced out and nothing too similar is next to each other. And if you saw my previous video when I was talking about the sulfur springs, that is the spring there. You'll see it's cemented in a pool, that left picture. So that's a spring where it bubbles up and then it flows out into this creek that ends up going through that wildlife reserve. But that color is how it actually is. I haven't doctored that photo at all. It is really that bluey green naturally, and it is so pretty. So I'm just getting them matted on some white. And I do the same thing I did with my coffee cup layout. I really wanted to add more, but when you do paper piece graphic elements like this, I really don't want to cover up all that work. So I just use that center area of the layout to add things, and then I don't do too much other than that because I don't want to cover up that graphic element of the page, because that's really what this layout is all about, is that design. But I pulled out some thickers. Those are called Goodness, and they're a white chipboard thicker with a gray check pattern on them, which I liked because it brought out the gray of the cement in the pictures as well as those rocks on either side of that creek. And I'm just pulling in that gray stripe from the page as well to coordinate. These puffy stars are really the only thing I use to embellish, other than something you'll see I add on that gray triangle, but I'm going to go ahead and do the journaling up here to fill in that space. It just says, "We smelled the sulfur spring before we found it. The back of the sculpture garden was home to the Hanna Springs, which has made Lampasas beautiful and famous." And then I found this little teal acrylic banner, so I decided to use it up in that top part, and then I just die cut an orange heart out of one of the scraps to go on top of it. But this is a really short one because I sped it up so much, because it's really all about that design. There wasn't too much to do after that, but I like how it turned out, and this was a fun way to use up some scraps, so I am super happy with it. I'm going to move up one of the orange stars onto that heart. There I go. And I like how that looks. So I am all done. Here are the close-ups. Thanks guys for watching. Bye.